I want to say that is 3 years of the war. We are here in Ukraine as an organization founded by Viktor Pinchuk since 2004, so many years. Our idea was from the very beginning to make Ukraine and to closer to European structures, European Union, NATO, etc. Of course, it's not now time to say how it was complicated, everything. But this last 3 years for me is a very impressive period because from one side we see tragic war, a lot of victims of damage results as a consequence of Russian aggression. And from other side we see really normal state. We can come by train here, the train is coming punctually, is clear, everything is fine. Could you tell us in your introductory how it was possible, how in these extremely difficult conditions the state exists, works and looks for the better future?
Thank you so much, dear Mr. President, dear Viktor, dear colleagues, friends, dear partners, excellencies. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for invitation, for this open conversation. I should say that I will begin answering your question that unity inside of Ukraine, unity with our partners, it is the main reason why we survive until today and why we will win all together. So our victory is in our unity, and I will tell about this during my remarks, during my speech and answers today, and we understand this absolutely. So unity, this is a crucial factor. I will not say today many numbers or budget numbers and will not demonstrate some statistics. So let's speak today about existential and very high-level topics and high-level themes of our surviving, of our cooperation, our unity. I would like also discuss today why Ukraine is and should be part of Europe, of European Union. So it's crucially important. Today Ukraine is fighting a war for our independence, 4th year. Tomorrow it will be 4th year. Today is 3 years. And thank you so much once again to all of our defenders, to all of our partners for this possibility to have this opportunity today, communicate with you on this scene, in this event. So we continue go through our European path. We looking for our very European future together with our partners, our friends. But I'm also convinced that European Union is already engaged in a war, one of a different kind. We shouldn't have illusions that the war is only in Ukraine. So here in Ukraine we just defeat European borders on the ground, but war and Russian aggression is defend. Thank you. So Russian aggression is shared on the European countries and not only on European, all around the world. It is undoubtedly a hybrid conflict carefully prepared and executed by Kremlin over the past decade, and Russia financed extremist movements across Europe, sophisticated disinformation campaigns intended not only to glorify Russia but to provoke divisions and radicalize European societies around their most sensitive issues. So economic blackmail and cultivating dependence primarily through Russian energy supplies, attacks on critical infrastructure, including sabotage of underwater internet cables beneath the Baltic Sea, missiles violating Polish and Romanian airspace, drone flying over the Ramstein military base, cyber attacks on governments and private enterprises, sabotage of ammunition depots, the weaponization of migration flows, dozens of small yet aggressive acts, each designed to avoid triggering a unified collective response. It is a strategy of thousands cuts, intended to divide, destabilize, and weaken support for very idea of a unified Europe capable of defending itself. So all of this is absolutely clear examples which day by day you all may just see in reality. So this all is a parameters of multidimensional war, modern hybrid, high technological war, which Russia continue direct on European Union, mostly on European countries. I firmly believe that Kremlin views its war against Ukraine as a vital component of a broader assault against the West and Europe itself. Ukraine today represents a vital shield for European security. Our armed force could form the backbone of a united European army. It's clear for all of us. Ukrainian soldiers, battle-tested and hardened by frontline experience, could offer a powerful alternative to relying solely on the American military presence, which currently stands at over 65,000 troops deployed across Europe, primarily in Germany, Italy, and Spain, as we know. Europe's financial resources plus Ukraine's strong defense industry could effectively respond to the security challenges of this century and in the face of Russian aggression. Military security is just one aspect of why Ukraine matters deeply to Europe and the democratic world. Ukraine has 22 of the 30 critical raw materials identified by the EU as essential. Ukraine has, we will speak today about critical raw materials. I believe that you have some questions, so let's do it. Ukraine has the continent's second largest natural gas reserves and manage Europe's largest gas storage facilities. So this is our assets, and this is our some privileges to have these natural opportunities for European countries, for European Union. Ukraine is already a European IT hub and has significant nearshoring potential. Ukraine's reconstruction could become a major driver for European economic growth and unity. Helping Ukraine is not just altruistic, it is a strategic imperative for the West. It is a matter of security, geopolitics, and economical stability. Russian aggression reflects a broader geopolitical phenomenon, the crisis of the established world order. So we know, we understand, and I always repeat this to all the partners, to my colleagues, prime ministers, to presidents. The world is changed. So we now are living in absolutely another world, in absolutely new conditions, and this one who will adopt first will survive. So we should be united, we should be adopted to the new reality, and that will give us possibility to move forward, to win, and to bring back maybe another, maybe stronger security order in the globe, in the world, on the globe. The Kremlin's logic is not grounded at the international law, but rather in the principle that everything that is not immediately punished is allowed. So this is the main principle of Russians, and we need to create absolutely new, I will repeat, security order on the globe. Therefore, Ukrainians must hold the line and become part of the collective West, rebooting a global security system that clearly no longer functions. At the same time, we must honestly confront the consequences of our defeat. Ukraine's defeat would trigger a dangerous domino effect, the collapse of the European security architecture, increasement of Kremlin's imperial ambitions across Europe, destabilization of the entire eastern flank of Europe from the Baltic to the Balkans, further aggression against European countries, culminating in a new continental war. If Putin succeeds, it will empower dictators worldwide. It's clear for all who represent today here in this room, but it's absolutely clear for all the leaders of free Europe. Ukraine today is the last defensive barrier between Europe, the broader West, and a potential era of geopolitical chaos. That is why ensuring Ukraine's withstanding this aggression clearly aligns with the strategic interests of our allies. So these remarks which we prepared together with my team yesterday, I would like to sound to you to give the topics and direction of our very important, as of today, discussion when the 3 years of this full-scale aggression, 11 years of war, I would say hot war against Ukraine from the Russian side, not conflict in Ukraine. It's a war, full-scale war in the heart of continental Europe. So we should realize this, we should absolutely clearly communicate this to all the partners, and we should be united. So this is my message. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Please applause.
Thank you.
Well, I think in this room we know, and that was Russian aggression, and this war started 11 years ago, and this last 3 years, that is full-scale war against Ukraine. But now, especially because of election in the United States, we have new president, Donald Trump. He speaks about peace. I'm very much afraid that when he speaks about peace, that is about frozen war only. But could you tell us, as a representative of Ukrainian authority, what is your vision of this just peace, what we should achieve here in next, I don't know, weeks, months, or visible time?
Thank you. So I should mention that yesterday, President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, have very good conversation, very good press conference, and he gave many answers for many questions. And I maybe will repeat some of them because it's about Ukraine, it's about my country or our country. So,
but that is not a mistake if Prime Minister is repeating the words of the President. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. President. So, first of all, we should say that Ukraine is a victim, and we understand that this negotiation table, as my president told yesterday, is our table where we should be presented at first, and then we invite our partners, and then in the end of the day we will invite our enemy, actually aggressor, who should stop this war. And they may do it in any second. But actually negotiation table, this is a needs where we should discuss conditions. As for my point of view, we have four, maybe more, but four main topics for guarantees peace, and actually how should we reach this sustainable long-term and last just peace. So first, security guarantees. So this is number one topic for my country, for all of us, and we should understand how will we reach this. This may combine from different kind of obligations of our partners. It could be NATO is actually the cheapest way how to bring to Ukraine security conditions. But the second point is strong, great Ukrainian army, 800,000 people. This is the second point which we should secure and to continue have this kind of protection. The third point is our recovery and economical reconstruction, increasing, so it's very important for us, and this is something what will let us win the peace after this war. So it's not less important than win the war. So we may win the war, but lost the peace, and it will be we will fail. So it's impossible. So we need to find the solution this way, how to move forward after our victory, after I would say mutual victory, and unity with Europe. So our European path should be much faster. Europe should realize, European Union I mean, and maybe exchange the way bureaucratic approaches how to take Ukraine into the member of European Union. So this is, as for me, very simple for main priority topics for discussion, how to bring long-term sustainable just peace on European continent and in Ukraine.
Well, I agree with you that, but speaking about this security guarantees, I think we still speak theoretical about it, because I'm sure that the best and the strongest guarantee it's NATO membership. And
Absolutely.
From very beginning, I was very much in favor of that. But today, after declaration of Americans, we have no chances. So that's the point. How to define these security guarantees? You mentioned one, the big Ukrainian army. You 800,000. Yeah, the biggest European army.
Absolutely. As of today, this is the biggest number of
soldiers.
soldiers.
But additional question to you: when maybe you have Kellogg was here, General Kellogg was here. When is this chance that Ukrainian will be the part of this preparatory meetings or negotiations before this, official negotiations with Trump, Putin, etc.? You see such possibility, or that is still in the shadow?
Two parts of your question I will share. So first of all, about our peace plan, I would say it should be combined with our victory plan, which President represents. There is 5 points. So NATO membership, again, it's a clear. Support of our defense forces on the ground. This is the second point. It's a clear. Deterrence package. So it's something what doesn't let Russia to invade Ukraine again. And if we tell that NATO, the doors of NATO will be always open for Ukraine. The discussion now is when. We do not discuss will Ukraine on NATO or no, so now we may discuss only when. But if it will be not now, so now we should have enough deterrence instruments. We need to have strong deterrence package for Ukraine.
Yeah, but you
The
have to
force
know that
package. Sorry.
NATO has to survive, during Trump presidency. This is not easy.
I believe that NATO will survive. I believe.
Me too. I
believe,
believe, but
and NATO will be much more stronger. I believe this so. So the fourth point.
that is the next reason why we need Ukraine. They are such optimists.
Absolutely.
That's good. That's
absolutely. Good. But not only for Europe, but also.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
NATO.
Good. No, that was not a joke.
If we wouldn't have optimism, we would fail
Absolutely.
on the third
Right,
day.
right,
So
right.
we need to be optimists, we need to be strong, and we need to unite partners around ourselves, and we need to be united inside of our country. So we do it, and because of this, we are speaking here today in 3 years.
And the second part of my question, the table,
Yes.
where you will
yes.
be invited.
The fourth point is actually about economical cooperation, and I will repeat and will again mentioned critical raw materials, logistics, seaports, and our defense forces. So this all is about, and our industrial, defense industrial complex. So this is the fourth point. And fifth point, this is our biggest and professional and experienced army, which could change some of contingent of United States on European continent and may protect east flank of Europe. So this is steps, and this is our view, how may we move to the win and how should we live in absolutely secure Europe after our victory. So the second part of your question,
Invitation to the table.
Invitation
to the negotiations.
To the negotiations. I will repeat my president. So table of negotiations is here. We are victim. So we are first member of this table. And it's impossible to take us out to another one table. So if it's our table, so we invite our partners and we invite United States. United States undoubtedly is our biggest supporter, is our biggest partner in military sense, in finances, and we understand that we are partners.
Okay, but
we are
Americans
friends, and we will
understand
continue.
it or not? Because the problem is that Trump seems that he doesn't understand this necessity. That the point, that the place for these negotiations is Ukraine, without Ukraine, we cannot make good deal.
We have many conversations for last weeks with Americans, with representatives of President Trump administration, and Mr. General Kellogg was here, and Secretary of Treasury was here. We have online communication with secretaries, with advisors for national security, with team of President Trump. So we have more or less constructive negotiations, and I would say that America should be on that table. Europe should be on the table. Europe in wider sense, so not just European Union, but also United Kingdom,
And Turkey.
Canada, G7, Turkey, they should be on the table. And then Russians should be there too. We may imagine that someone should play a role to bring Russians. So there is two just simple ways how bring Russians to the negotiation table, which is here. So the first way is clear for us, and we ask about this for 3 years. Pressure on Russia. Two ways. On the battlefield, if we would be strengthening by our partners, we will press them on the battlefield and liberate our lands and continue pressing on Russia. And from another side, sanction policy should press Russia. So if we will coordinate this pressure, so it will lead that Russia will need it to go to the negotiation. This is the first way. The second way, someone, for example, United States, will take on them role of someone who will take this aggressor, this dictator on his hand and bring him on the table right now until we create this enough pressure. So maybe it will work, maybe. In the beginning of the war, I remember all of our conversations together with President, with leaders of Europe who tell us, guys, we try to speak to Vladimir, they named so Putin, in first days. Later, all of them stop conversations, negotiations, calls, because they understand, they realize that he is a liar. So, as for now, this is time of United States administration to try. If it will work, so it will be easier to and faster to come to the peace, to come to our negotiations. But if it will not work, so America will just realize and just will understand that this is impossible. I mean President Trump, because American society, 55% supports Ukraine in this brutal aggression from Russia's side.
Okay.
So,
thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. So we are on your side, but about Americans, we should...
They are. Their society is on our side, and
yeah,
I believe that politicians will be on our side.
White
too.
House, we should be careful with that. Okay, that's the next debate will be about American policy. Now we have 10 minutes. Is enough to have two important questions. The first, this raw materials. Tell us. But before you will say us what is the state of your negotiations with Americans, these resources, everything that is serious, you have all these resources, that is, because maybe we speak about some artificial problem. And because my question is, if Ukraine has so many raw materials, why you didn't use this earlier? Because, you know...
Thank you for this question. Actually, I think that this is the most waiting question of today's. So, Ukraine has many raw materials, critical raw materials. We really have investigated deposits of 22 of 30 critical raw materials which Europe needs. And we have some memorandums with European Union. We are member of some alliances in European Union of critical raw materials, batteries and accumulators. So we signed these agreements 3 years ago. We understand that estimation in amount, I don't know, 100, 300, 600, it's impossible. So first of all, we need to extract this and then estimate how much does it cost. And it's not for 1 decades of work. So we have very constructive negotiations with United States as for now. With Europe, we have these negotiations first. But I should emphasize that first of all, we go through the victory plan of President of Ukraine, and number one point is security guarantees. So we do not discuss any critical raw materials issue without security guarantees, without of peace plan. So this is very important. This is number one issue. Then, when we understand everything about security plan, we may discuss economical development, security, cooperation with our partners for critical raw materials. So, as of today, we discuss with United States these 2 points: security guarantees and economical cooperation. Economical cooperation means that we need to find solutions, and we look on some spheres. So it's recovery, and we propose the same conditions for European partners, for G7 partners, so for everyone who is participating in supporting Ukraine during these 3 years. So I always repeat, united in defense, united in recovery, and it should be implemented in reality. So now we discuss with United States possibility of creation of mutual fund. So it's a like joint fund, investment fund, where Ukraine will invest future incomes from extraction of critical raw materials, from earned incomes earned by state enterprises, but future. This, which we have as of today, are not counting in this. And this is contribution of Ukraine. From United States, there will be contribution as a cash, so actually money, for different directions. It's for security, for economical development, for capital investments in infrastructure of Ukraine, and it will be like 50-50 contributions into such a kind of fund. So this fund will be managed both by governments of Ukraine and United States. This agreement will be prepared. So as for now, we are preparing just first agreement of intentions to create such kind of investment fund between two of our countries. So nothing extraordinary or nothing like colonial style agreement is not discussing, absolutely, I may assure you. Reassure you once again, and never, not government of Ukraine, not president of Ukraine, not parliament of Ukraine will not approve such kind of colonial agreements. Very important issue, as for me and for president, for parliament. This will be very open document, and European integration, European aspirations of Ukraine are included in this document, and this agreement about creation of such kind of investment fund couldn't conflict with existing, first of all, association agreement into European Union and agreements with all international financial organizations. I mean, IMF, World Bank agreements. It couldn't be in conflict with this agreement which we will sign with United States. But I will repeat, now we have very constructive dialogue. United States is our partner, and there is no doubt. We understand and we calculate approximate amount how much we spend to finance our defense, our mutual defense. Yesterday, President announced this, $320 billion. It cost all defense efforts for 3 years. 120, this is 40 and 40 billions per year. This is contribution of Ukraine. This is our budget, 26% of our GDP. Annually we spend to defend our country. So it's clear. 100, about 100, this is support of United States, mostly by grants. So they do it. Congress, bipartisan support, we have it, and it was agreed that United States support Ukraine as a grants, and it was amount for military support about 66 billion, and this amount is very open on the side of Pentagon, and 30.2 billions it was direct budget support plus not budgetary support through the USAID projects, so on. It's 100. Another 100 billions it's from European Union and G7 countries and other partners. So 100 from United States, 100 from European Union, European member countries and G7 and all the partners, and 120 is Ukrainian contribution. So this is like important numbers which I would like to sound
so
today.
we finish this issue because I hate such accounting because. And what is the price of the killed soldiers? What is the price of this drama of the families? What is the price of destroyed cities and villages?
Absolutely.
You know, if I would be, I have no chances because I'm born in Poland. But if I would be the president of the United States, I would never use such arguments. What they are using?
You're right.
No, that is absolutely wrong.
Thank you.
But okay. Last question. We have 2-3 minutes. What is good? European Union. If Ukraine will be not a member of NATO, is the chance for your good future and development is European Union. How you see this process when we can achieve some next positive steps, and especially tell us how we can solve this conflict which is coming about agriculture, because unfortunately my country, Poland, will be one of the probably main opponents of your membership because of agriculture. You have some ideas, you have some vision how we can solve these issues?
So we begin to solve these issues 2 years ago when we have the first crisis on our border, and border were blocked, our Black Sea were blocked by Russians, our border were blocked by our neighbors, but we managed this, and we always emphasize that Ukraine is not enemy of Polish or our neighbor country farmers. So we are not competitor because we have our traditional markets and we are concentrated on the Africa, on the Middle East, and it's important for Europe to have Ukraine on board to stop migration pressure on European Union, because having our harvest together with European countries, we may open and cover new and new markets all around the world, and our traditional markets are increasing. African market take for the last year, it seems to me, 30% more than in previous years. So we continue development, and it's important that we will make efforts to develop traditional markets. And European market is important for us, but we are not concentrated so much to compete, to concur with Polish farmers, with our neighbor farmers or other businesses. So for us, participation, membership in European Union is much more existential issue than market issue. Market is important, but for us this is about existential, about security issues, about level of life, about values, so about this. And in this context, I would say that we have made and we are making our homework in very fast way, because we are very united with our parliament. So government, president, office of president, our parliament, we are moved very fast, much faster than other candidate countries for European membership. Why? Because we are absolutely united, our society, we all are united in implementation all European directives, and we will do so fast and very clear steps towards European integration. What are we waiting from European Union? We are waiting that they will exchange their bureaucratic approaches, and when we will finish our homework, I hope it will happen not later than 2 years, 1.5 years, then we will bring on the table that partners, guys, we have made our homework, so the documents and all the directives are on the table. So please take political decision. And there it will be about political decision. We are waiting for this, and we would like to do this. So it means that this year we need to open all 6 clusters for negotiations. Now we have approval that we will open 3 clusters, but we need 6. You asked about tensions with our neighbor countries. I should say that there is, I would say, no tensions with Slovakia. You mentioned neighbors. Slovakia support us, support our membership in European Union. Hungary, yes, we have some tensions, but we implement the best kind of European legislation for national minorities, which is implemented in Romania. We just take their exemplary model and implement here in Ukraine thanks to our parliament. So now we have the best one legislation for national minorities. And I think that all the problems with Hungary will be taken out during our path to European membership, and it will manage to bring
That is not Hungarian word, but I tell you, inshallah, you know.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I believe that we will be successful in this, but European Union also should. This is a two-way road, and we need, from our side, we accelerate maximally our efforts. So I ask our European partners, and today's presence here in Ukraine, all staff, even all staff of European College, 21 commissioners, they were here today, and we will continue cooperate today to work with them today, and we'll have the second mutual joint meeting of Ukrainian government and European Commission demonstrates their efforts to support us and to bring us this perspectives, this optimism with European integration.
We had here really 21 commissioners of European Union, very much in favor of Ukraine, very much impressed by the meetings with soldiers, with veterans. I realize, having this 3 round of the commissioners, that the Commission, European Commission, the size of the European Commission looks more or less like a Chinese government, what is good because it's a superpower, of course, China. But last remarks, thank you very much for everything what you said. When you mentioned these 2 years of negotiation, end of the negotiations, I see on some faces skepticism, but don't worry, we are in new era, we can use artificial intelligence, we can speed up the process very much. But one thing I want to underline. I heard Peskov, the speaker of Putin last days, that what concerns NATO, Russia is absolutely against. What is about European Union, they have no questions. That's a sovereign decision of Ukraine. Be careful. Because here in the room is Pat Cox. We were special envoys of European Parliament during Yanukovych time. And we heard this music very often, that Russia has nothing against membership of Ukraine, European Union. It's not true. They destroy the process to sign only association agreement. Now we speak about the membership. So the Russians will do everything what is possible to slow down and maybe to stop the process. But, and that is my appeal to our European friends here in the room, we have to support Ukraine fully, because if NATO is impossible, European Union must be the part of the future of Ukraine. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister, for your...
Mr. President, I should make short remark.
Please.
Thank you. So Russia may think and do everything what they want. This is a choice of Ukrainian nation to be member of European Union. So this is our choice of democratic free nation, and we will be there. This is our choice to be member of NATO, and we will be there. And this is our choice to be part of civilized democratic world, not part of Russian Empire. So this is our choice, and we will decide where we were, together with our partners, together with European Union, and we will be there.
Yes.
I'm sure. Thank you so much.
We need solidarity, we need unity. Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much.